What's happening, guys? Welcome into another boxing breakdown and prediction show for this weekend's Saturday night fight over in Leeds, England, between up-and-coming welterweight prospect Conor Benn as he takes on Adrian Granados live over on the Zone. So let's get into it now. Conor Benn comes into this one as the massive minus 2,000 favourite, with Granados coming back at a plus 900. And honestly, those odds do look a little wide to me personally. I definitely have Benn as the favourite here, but to price him up as a much heavier favourite than even a proven world level commodity like Danny Garcia. Believe Danny Garcia was a minus 1,500 favourite for that fight, is a bit of a stretch to me. Although, as I say, I do nevertheless expect him to get his hand raised here. Conor Benn has been in some trouble in his career already, most notably in that first fight against Cedric Peno. And, while he's no doubt improved since then, he's still young, he's still brash, and he promises non-stop action with every fight. And as he continues to climb the ranks, that's only going to get tougher and tougher for him. Virgil Ortiz, another young fighter at welterweight, is 18 months younger than Ben. And both are involved in all-action fights at this weight. But, even though Ben got rid of Samuel Vargas a lot quicker than Ortiz did, Ortiz just looks a lot more dangerous to me overall, battle-tested up to this point. And I'd like to see Ben reach that same point in his career also without being too reckless. Is Adrian Granados that guy to derail his career here? I highly doubt it. No question. The Illinois fighter is teak tough. Took Adrian Broner the distance, took Shawn the distance, Robert Easter the distance. And, his only stoppage loss over his career so far came against Danny Garcia, a guy who hits like an absolute mule. So, he has shown the ability to hang tough in these kind of fights. Saying that, one of the biggest gripes I have with fights taking place in the UK is the swiftness in which they move in on road fighters. The ref, if they get themselves in any sort of trouble, we saw that with Curtis Tackham last month against Joe Joyce, a fight he was winning in. And again, with Ben's last win over Samuel Vargas as well, Ben was absolutely unloading in that first round, caught Vargas with an absolute peach of a right hand. Vargas put his back against the ropes, covered up. And in all honesty, Ben hit very little after that clean, but because he was continuing to throw punches, the ref stepped in, waved the fight off. And, it's something you need to be aware of when looking at back underdogs over in the UK, that, that first sign of trouble that they get into, they're usually out of there and the fight gets stopped. So I think Granados will learn from that. As we said earlier, he is a durable guy, but, Ben will nevertheless want him out of there, want to keep that career progression going. So I envision a mid-round stoppage here, as I do think at some point Ben will look to unload and catch Granados here. And I think we're going to see a very similar scenario to what we saw against Samuel Vargas in the last fight, with the ref waving it off at some point due to an accumulation of punches. The Ben rounds 5 to 8 prop is going off at a plus 200. I like that. I've already bet it personally, as I do expect Ben to get Granados out of there eventually. And, the American, look, while he is tough, he's guilty of being a little too naive defensively for me. Danny Garcia caught him with multiple left hooks in that fight. So I'm going to take Conor Benn here rounds 5 to 8. That covers us if Ben stops him in round 5, 6, 7, or 8. And that's the way I'm going to play this one for Saturday. I have a huge 5% already loaded up for that same card over in Leeds, in the main event of that card. So join me for that over at WagerTalk. And that'll wrap things up for this week. As always, leave us your thoughts in the comment section below. And you can catch me over on Twitter at the SportsWolf83 and at my handicapper page, Kevin Dolan over at WagerTalk. As always, thanks for listening. Till next time, Slán